Live from my basement, it's Saturday Night Smackdown review. That was happening on Friday. We find out now that apparently somebody is the new final boss. I mean, I always thought that was Roman Reigns, but hey, The Rock is now a new final boss. So I guess now he's M. Bison and Roman Reigns is like Sagat. Just a couple new matches have been announced for WrestleMania on SmackDown. A couple of them look really interesting. And Dakota Kai gets a DQ with Bailey. Anyway, let's go talk to Doug first. How he doing? He's in his kitchen, so it's not as bad as my basement. Have a good night. How's it going?
I'm good, man. Sipping on some 40 Creek.
Sipping my sugar-free Pepsi here.
Hey, it's okay. It makes good chase, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
I believe that.
But yeah,
sweet.
Saturday night. We having a couple of drinks over here.
Yeah. Yeah, we would have done this yesterday, but
I've been playing the shit out of Madden lately.
oh, yeah.
For like the first, like I try to dabble into Ultimate Team every year, but like
Oh.
I haven't really got into it like I have the last week or so in a while. So, and you'll enjoy this. My best player and highest rated player is 97 Micah Parsons.
It's a good player to have 97. He should be a 99 though, but
Well, it was part of the Team of the Year promo, and
okay.
there's literally only two 99s in the entire game right now.
Oh, really? It's one Aaron Donald.
It's the Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes.
Of course it is.
And the retirement Jason Kelsey. I think we'll get a retirement Aaron Donald on like Monday or something.
Oh, most likely. See, that's kind of surprising too, right? Before we get to SmackDown here, Aaron Donald retired for 10 years. I mean, he's been kind of toying with the idea for the past couple of years, so it's not really too
Since they won the
shocking.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, so it's not too shocking, but still a little shocking considering he was. I mean, to be honest, in 5 years he'll be in Canton, no doubt. Three-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Here's the wild part:
Pro Bowl almost pretty much every year. Most dominant defensive tackle of the past decade.
Here's the thing. You know who else is 32?
Oh.
Me.
Hey. Let's not start comparing lives now.
What that man has done in his 32 years of life way out trumps what I've done.
Well, let's not compare the two here because that's going to lead to drinking more 40 Creek than you probably should. That's just a fact. Folks, if you like
right off,
if you're liking the content, like, share, subscribe down below, please. Really helps the channel out. Let's get back to Doug more his drinking and why his life apparently is in the tube.
No, not in the tube. Actually, quite the opposite.
Okay.
Actually, I have to send you something because the spec wrote an article about my work that I have to show you. But anyways, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Sure.
How do you like the remix to the Rock's music now? Oh my God.
It's, you know what? Every so often he likes to remix this stuff, right?
But the way
it's been remixed several times over the years, actually.
I know, but the way he takes what theme he's been using for like 10 years and transition into the 03 one.
Yeah.
The Hollywood one, dude, I lost my shit when I saw
the whole it's cooking.
Yeah. That harder, slower version of the song.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always been a favorite of mine.
He's one of the few superstars, if you want to get to music wise, that is probably his music has probably changed or at least been edited or maybe even remixed several times over the years. Like I remember when he first came in, it was very basic, and then it's gotten more and more, well, let's just say electrifying.
Well, yeah, but it's like literally they basically took like that 98 version.
Yep.
You smell what the Rock is cooking, and they've literally
the shit out
just
of that.
They've remixed it a little bit, like time to time.
It's true.
But at its core, it's still that same 1998 theme.
Yeah, the only thing that's consistent with that is the Rock. If you smell the Rock is cooking, but it's It's just slightly been remixed every time, which is kind of interesting. The only other good one I always liked too was Stone Cold when they remixed with Disturbed, and he used the Disturbed song for that was really good for a little bit.
Yeah, it's a shame that well.
Oh, speaking of which, it's Saturday. Happy 316.
Yes, 316, and for that, I'll take a one.
Take a one. So
should we get into this concert pseudo, the most sinister promo I've ever seen in my life?
Yeah, let's get into this here. Let's get into The Rock here, calling himself the final boss. Now, Roman Reigns has a music final boss. To be honest, that music is like definitely final bossish. But The Rock just called himself final boss. That that's interesting.
I'm telling you, this is all leading to The Rock turning on Roman.
Or Roman turning on The Rock. One or the other.
So, well, that's the thing. This is a good opportunity. You can turn Roman back babyface.
Yeah.
Because regardless, he's the biggest star in the company.
Yeah.
And has been for a while. And
yeah.
Now, when The Rock was like detailing how he's going to take his weightlifting belt and beat Cody with
it,
and leave him bloody, and how he's going to hand it to
his Mama
Rhodes.
Yeah.
Just the lighting, the seriousness in the tone, the cadence in which he was speaking. And then like the audacity for him to say that he's going to sing "You're Welcome."
Yeah. Like that's
in the way that he said it, that like I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But the problem's becoming like we're building to Rock and Cody. We're not even building to Roman Cody anymore.
No. It's kind of a Rock. Like it's almost like this is setting up for, well, like I said, either The Rock or Roman turning on each other, and then Cody getting the title, and then Cody facing Rock at, say, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think
But apparently he's supposed to be gone for the next couple months after Mania to film a movie.
From May until July.
Okay. So
SummerSlam's in the beginning of August, yeah.
So yes, he does have time to come back.
So I think honestly, it's gonna be in a perfect world. Here's how it plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Rock and Roman beat Seth and Cody.
Yeah.
But over the course of the Bloodline Rules Night 2.
Fantasy booking time, everybody, just so you know.
Yeah.
Do it early.
During Bloodline Rules.
Yeah.
You have The Rock, Jimmy, and Solo.
Yeah.
Actually, you can have Jay take out Jimmy. And we'll get to that later.
Yeah, because that was officially too.
But you can have Solo and Rock take out Roman. And while Cody's down or whatever.
Yeah.
And then leave him laying, resulting in Cody picking up the title.
Yeah.
Then you can morph that into Roman goes away.
Yeah. Which I think he's probably due for time off anyway, right?
Yeah. And the Rock can go away, do his filming.
Yeah.
And then come back and be like, hey, Cody, the only reason you're still your champion is because of me, and I'm coming to collect.
Yeah.
There's your main event of SummerSlam. Then ref goes down and Roman comes back to fuck The Rock.
You really want that to happen, don't you?
I'm telling you, in a perfect world, that's how I would book this.
To be honest, that's probably what's going to happen, because the bottom line is, at the end of the day, The Rock versus Roman is probably going to happen. How they get there now it's probably going to be 41, right? How they get there is how it's going to get there.
This Bloodline story's got another year in it.
Yeah, well, since you brought in The Rock for this whole thing, now you basically just open a complete. You basically, right? If Cody wants to say this is the bottom of the ninth, this is the ninth inning. Well, Rock and Roman would be the 10th or 11th inning.
Rock and Roman's going to take this to extras.
Yeah, it's going to extras. Like we're probably talking about 10 to 12 innings now,
Yeah.
right? Or 12 chapters, or whatever you want to call it, right? So that's probably what's going to happen there. But calling himself the final boss, like that's I've been calling. I mean, I've been saying final boss for Roman for the past couple of years now. Every time he hits that music,
Ever
right?
since he changed the music, man,
Yeah, it's final boss.
I remember the first time he debuted it and I sent you the clip
Yeah,
and you were like the final boss of WWE.
yeah,
And I'm like it can't like that's perfect
yeah,
because the music, the aura, the
yeah.
presentation.
It's gonna possibly like coined it right here, folks. They stole it from me. Kidding.
Well, it's been a ever since then, it's been a common thing to call Roman the final boss.
Well, it's not like it's not deserved.
No, of
You know,
course.
like he's been the most untouchable superstar for the past 4 years.
Yeah, and it's great because you look it's hard. He's done such a good job over the since the pandemic of
Yeah,
erasing all the bad booking, all the bad character work, all the bad promos.
yeah,
He's done such a good job in the last 3 or 4 years that it makes the first like eight just not even really matter.
yeah. It's almost like everything that was
That's how
happened.
legendary this run has been.
Yeah, it's become one of those. It basically makes you forget, like it almost like it goes like this: forget Roman and NXT, nobody cared.
Yeah,
Roman Shield, which everyone
everybody
cares
cared.
about, and we still do care about it. Everybody still talks about it. Then you have that nice 6 year gap, 5 to 6 year gap since the Shield broke up. Or the Shield broke up what 2013,
14, 14
14. So you have that
to
6 year,
2020.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you have that 6 year gap where it was just like about poor booking, really pushing Roman down everybody's throats. Right, Roman goes away because of leukemia, comes back, right, does this big heroic run, does well. Steel Storm behind him, and then all of a sudden, pandemic hits. Bam, he's gone again. Comes back, and all of a sudden, boom, he's on this run.
Yep.
So like, it's almost like that whole 6 year now has just been completely erased.
Yeah.
It's not, but like
Because,
it's
well, so look, I think at the end of the day, it's just he's proven what WWE wanted him to be the whole time,
yeah.
which is he is the face of the company. They wanted him to be the face of the company after Cena, and we just weren't ready for it.
Well, you
But
know, I think though too. I think turning Reigns heel was just if they would have done this,
and in front of no fans
yeah,
where they can control the environment.
yeah. But I think if they would turn him heel maybe a year before, 2 years before the pandemic, I think you might have a different story. I don't know. It's hard to say, but
Yeah, but
but
they
him
said the
turning heel is
same
the
thing
best
about
thing.
John Cena too. But
Well, Cena apparently the word with Cena was that apparently he that was set to go. That was actually in the books. He had new
yeah,
gear, all that stuff, and then it kind of
I
just
saw that.
stopped that. Yeah, that would have been interesting to be honest. John Cena as a heel, although we've seen heel. Look when he came into the league, came into the WWE, when he was the beginning of the Doctor Thugonomics. That was a heel. That was all heel.
No, yeah, but he's grown so much as a performer from there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, anyways,
Anyways, that was really cool. That promo though for The Rock was just stellar. Probably arguably one of his best promos ever. I'd say.
that is probably The Rock's greatest promo.
Yeah, because it
I
showed it was funny, it was delightful, and then it got very serious and dark very quickly.
It took you on a roller coaster.
Yeah, it was almost like a 20-minute movie.
Really, seriously. And uh yeah, I think The only memorable ones I can think of,
I mean, he's had some killer promos of the year. That's besides.
sure, but the only ones I think of are like the comedy ones. But
Yeah,
like in terms of having a serious tone,
that's probably the most
uh,
serious he's ever had in the
like
WWE.
seriously, I'm with you on that. And
I think it's
it's
the most serious he's ever had. Had to be.
yeah, I'm with you on that. And yeah, I'm excited where this is going, but next week we do get Roman and Cody face to face.
That should be interesting. I'm interested to see if Roman addresses the final boss or if Cody addresses final boss to Roman. I'm interested to see what happens if they address that. I think they probably will. Next match tonight, first match of the card actually tonight was LWO versus Legardo del Fantasma.
A lot of
Uh,
entrances cut on this show.
yeah, specifically though, it was not completely all Legardo, but it was Angel Garza and Humberto against Joaquin and the
Bruce.
other guy. Ooh,
Cruz
ooh,
Del
Cruz del Toro. Uh,
and Joaquin Wild,
Joaquin Wild.
formerly DJZ.
Oh, really?
Activision.
Nice. Um, good match overall. Del Rio's Hurricane looked really cool, actually. Del Toro's Hurricane looked really cool.
You called him Del Rio.
I know it's so stupid. He's in that Del there.
Notable prick, Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah. Really interesting finisher though.
Yeah, like the pop-up kick to the stomach.
Yeah, like that's. I mean, that's.
Different.
I've never. Yeah, very different.
I'd
I
give him thumbs up for that.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. I didn't like took me off guard for sure. I thought it was a really good finisher. Definitely not something you'd expect from any tag. That's probably the most inventive I've seen from a tag team in a while. Because everyone
Yeah.
always tries to do the whole demolition one or similar to demolition or Legion of Doomsday device, right? A lot of them trying to be almost somewhat similar, right?
Yeah.
Like the heart
But that's
attack.
the thing. That's the thing. You can only do so much with the human body, and eventually, since like this wrestling business thing has been going on for 100 plus years,
Yeah,
it's hard to
come up with new stuff.
come up with inventive things these days.
Or at least pull, it's like pulling something out from the past and put it to new, make it new again, like a lot of things. Or at least they try to do it. After that,
Good old Randy Orton keeping the diamond cutter alive.
absolutely, 100%.
Logan
Although
Paul Logan Paul was looking for Randy Orton to issue an apology.
he was, and he ran into Nick
Do you think
Aldis.
do you think that Randy Orton would apologize to Logan
I don't
Paul?
think Randy Orton would ever apologize to Logan Paul.
Do you think Randy Orton apologizes for anything?
No,
Do you think
he kind
like
of
maybe
apologized to he kind of apologized
spills
to
a
Kevin
glass or
Owens.
something?
Yeah,
He spills a glass or something at home and he just doesn't even apologize. He just fucking
probably doesn't.
cleans it up.
He's probably one of those guys who like. I mean, he doesn't. Really, I mean, he kind of apologized to Kevin for almost RKO him last time. But we'll get to that. So Logan Paul's looking for Randy Orton for an apology, and Nick Aldis like maybe you should go find him and ask for an apology because I'm not going to make him do it.
And Logan Paul said, and this was foreshadowing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Logan Paul said, how can I expect you to do your job when you can't even find me an opponent for WrestleMania?
that pissed off Aldis.
I don't even think it pissed off Nick Aldis. I just think I knew what was coming next.
Yeah, that's very true. Although I think we've seen it for a few weeks, so this was coming.
Right. We knew the match was coming, but I knew once Logan Paul came out for the Orton and Waller match,
Yeah,
which Randy Orton had two kind of cool RKOs on this show.
that's very true.
Um, but yeah, I like. I'm okay with the fact if Logan Paul loses this title now.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't think like unless he's going to compete somewhat regularly, then I don't think he really needs to hold the title that much. But I think it's been
You
nice.
can't say that when
I
the
know,
undisputed
I
the
know.
The
It's
guy that they literally had to create a second title because he wasn't around enough.
well, they did that for Brock too. It just wasn't as on the scale of Roman.
Because Roman has charisma. Brock is just a freak.
Oh, so you hear Brock's coming back though, right? Apparently Brock's been back. Probably Brock is apparently coming back, which is interesting.
Okay, I know what you're referring to, and I'm gonna tell you
I've heard,
straight up.
I've heard that he's apparently back as far as the alumni goes, but they don't know if he's not actually back.
So this stems from somebody thinking that Brock Lesnar was removed from the active roster on the
Yeah,
website,
yeah, moved to the
but
alumni
he
page.
wasn't. He wasn't
Okay, I don't really go on that webpage, so I couldn't tell you.
exactly. I don't know. I did enough stupid reading on it.
Fair enough.
Can I go back to The Rock really quickly because I saw something
Okay,
today.
okay,
Number of websites were reporting that there are people that do not like the fact The Rock is basically letting the language fly, not just on TV but on socials, and are not happy with this doubled standard that they're creating
yeah, because
because
The
because
Rock is, yeah,
they are asked to
keep it more
remain
PG.
remain PG on TV and on social media.
Yeah,
But The Rock's out here on his, I don't know if you've seen these social media.
I've seen a lot of them. You could just fuck off. I've seen
Yeah,
that.
off
I've
is
seen those.
the direction you can fuck.
Yeah, that was that's funny.
This great line.
It's hilarious.
I mean, so last week on Smackdown, like live on Fox, The Rock called Seth Rollins a clown emoji piece of shit.
Yeah,
Tonight, he said, "Are you shitting me?"
yeah,
Okay. I understand if this is kind of leading towards the Netflix deal, but
until that goes in full effect,
right. But
probably.
again, at the same time, if you're asking the rest of your talent that they have to behave one way
Yeah.
and you're making exceptions for Dwayne, that's a good way to create a little bit of division
Animosity.
and animosity amongst the ranks.
This could also be though too. Now, this is purely speculation. Maybe, just maybe, WWE is slowly going to get away from the PG, maybe go more PG-13. But then again, things nowadays are a little more muddled. PG isn't exactly what PG used to be at least when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like PG when I was a kid was like Care Bears. Okay.
Yeah.
PG now, there's a lot more room for terms like bitch. You know what I mean? You're still not hearing the certain C words, right? The F word a lot. But you're hearing still words like bastard and bitch. Certain words like you're not that were considered more curses, but at least when I was a kid. So maybe PG, maybe not right to call it nowadays. Maybe PG isn't really PG anymore, but maybe this is more going towards PG-13. Just hear me out on that, but it's possible. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, you're right though. When it does affect diversity, does divide people and it makes causes animosity. But I think it could also be a reason there could be moving towards it too, right? That era of I mean, you still have to attend to stockholders, shareholders, stuff like that, right? But I think they might slowly try and get away from more of the kiddie stuff or try to get more of the like AEW isn't exactly family friendly.
No.
Not like they need to compete against AEW because that's not their I mean, there's their competition, but it's not their competition, right? Because they're
Oh,
miles ahead of AEW, miles,
they're
right?
still leagues above AEW.
AEW.
And
But AEW has a lot more cursing involved in it too
I'm
than
not
WWE.
even on that, tribalism shit.
No,
been very openly against it on this show, but
We both openly have watched
well,
both.
we're all in denial if you can sit there and think that these two are a legit competition. It's not like
The only thing that's
they don't.
competition is that they're both wrestling.
That's it.
That's it. That's the only. If you're comparing competition wise, being that's wrestling, then
It's
yes.
it's
As
no
far
different
as
than when TNA was at its peak.
no. But WWE is miles ahead of AEW by a long. Like
That's it.
I looked at the numbers with Sasha Banks. Mercedes Monet came on to he debuted on AEW Dynamite on
Yep.
Wednesday. 8 million views on Twitter, and compared to CM Punk's, which was 46 million, and other people's, which was Adam Copeland's alone in AEW was higher than hers.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying that,
I
like there's not really
I also
competition there.
I think well, yeah, it's not just that. I think when you want to look at numbers and stuff like that, you have to understand like at this point, AEW just has to understand that they are going to be there for the hardcore viewer.
We're gonna be there for the hardcore wrestling fans as well as the casual fans. We watch
Right.
both. We watch both. We used to cover a lot more AEW Dynamite, which I'm thinking we might start. Maybe we should start doing again, but we'll get that on a later date.
Soon.
I might start covering Dynamite, but we'll get that to a later date. I don't know yet. It's a thought in my head. I haven't really done anything, but Dynamite is nowhere close to what Raw's ratings are. At least like 9 more.
Right.
They're hoping, I think, with Okada and Osprey and Mercedes there, that they're going to become more, I guess, compatible or not compatible, but more competition wise.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, man. And it's like, um, but to me, it's just like as soon as AEW embraces the fact like they're gonna make huge gates, they're a very good number two,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just WWE's been at this longer than Tony Khan's been alive. Okay.
Yeah, because Vince McMahon Sr. started it, so which was the
Right.
WWF.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, can we just all enjoy wrestling? Like, I'm about to like do another social media cleanse.
Yeah.
Dude, like, there's too much of this tribalistic shit. Like, I want to watch cool little highlights from Dynamite just as much as I want to watch The Rock's entrance from last night over and over and over again.
I watch both. So I
Right?
don't there's no
So do I.
tribalism on my side here.
Like, I'm more of a casual viewer of Dynamite, because WWE is more accessible for me. That
That's
being
true.
that being said, it's like I'm not gonna shit on anybody that watches AEW because I love watching that shit.
Yeah.
I think some of the best in-ring work in the entire world resides in AEW.
Yeah, some of the best matches and dream matches you'll see. If you want dream matches, more dream matches than anything else, like if you want to see Osprey versus Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, for example, you're gonna watch AEW. If you want to see Roman Reigns,
The big spectacle,
yeah,
big production, big drama of it.
yeah.
That's your WWE style, and
I'm more
there's nothing wrong with liking either.
no. I'll be honest. I enjoy AEW a lot, but I go more invested towards WWE mainly because I've been watching WWE since I was a young buck. So
Unintended.
yeah, pun intended.
Unintended.
Pun intended.
Okay, pun
You
intended.
know, but since I was a young buck. So you know what? Like you can't really blame me if I care more about WWE than I do AEW. But I enjoy watching both. Both have their pros, both have their cons. And believe me,
Hmm.
sometimes the
Both literally
WWE,
have their cons.
and sometimes the WWE cons are a lot higher than their fucking pros. And sometimes AEW is the exact same. It all depends.
Right. And oh, by the way, just one last little AEW thing. Did you see the unfortunate news that Darby Allin broke his foot in the match with Jay White
I
and
think
can't
he
climb
I think
Everest?
he broke his foot like a couple weeks back. I personally think he broke his foot a couple weeks back. I think it's been part of the
No,
storyline.
he said straight up, like, because he was supposed to leave to go climb Mount
Yeah,
Everest.
I know. I think he broke his.
Next,
I think
like 9 days from now.
yeah, I think he broke his foot like literally like a week before.
But
Oh, whatever. Who cares? You know
yeah,
what? It's probably better off for him anyway.
a lot of people were worried. Like,
Yeah, he's like
but
it's probably fine.
he is pledging to go next year.
Oh, let
So
him. You know what? From one Daredevil nut car to another Daredevil nut car and Logan Paul. When Logan Paul came out to disrupt the match versus Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, almost got tattooed. He got out. He got really pissed off, and Nick Aldis came out and said, "Hey, I
just
have
follow,
your match for WrestleMania."
and it's the triple threat that I've been telling everybody that is going to happen since Elimination Chamber.
I mean, I think we have been saying it for a month now. So, yeah, that's gonna be a great match. I'm looking to see probably Kevin Owens take that title. I
I think
don't.
Kevin deserves it, but I
I
wouldn't be
think.
surprised if Randy takes it either.
I don't think. Yeah, that's true. I. I wouldn't be surprised. I think that's gonna be a fun match. To be
You know
honest,
what?
that's gonna be a fun match, and there's gonna
Hey,
be an RKO. RKO is gonna like. I'm wondering if this WrestleMania, if Randy Orton is gonna top that RKO that him and Steph did a number of years ago.
the only way I can see it happening is him catching Logan on a springboard. But I'm just saying, let Orton win the title and do like a John Cena circa 2015 U.S. Championship Open Challenge, and just have a bunch of young guys work Randy Orton.
Oh Jesus, that'd probably be
What do
good for a few things actually.
what do you mean? Oh goodness!
I don't know. Like my fondest memory of that U.S. Open title tournament that Sasha did was the Sami Zayn,
Where he blew his shoulder out on the entrance.
right? Sami Zayn versus John Cena in Montreal,
Yeah,
and the Kevin Owens debut,
yeah.
the
I
Kevin
mean,
Owens
like,
pop up powerbomb.
yeah, that was cool.
That was
Uh,
awesome, so cool.
okay, so we talked part one of that tournament. We talked. Okay, so let's go to Waller and Orton.
So we already talked Waller. We just finished that one.
Right. Okay. So
So
Theory.
after all that, Theory gets okay. You explain Theory's stupid this.
So Theory is kind of getting some recognition for how he takes the sun.
So what?
But I said he's getting some recognition as to how he takes the stunner from
Okay.
Kevin Owens. Now, I think he went a bit over the top on this one
Yeah.
because he went down like Owens hit him with a stunner, but there was like a one to like an uncomfortable enough delay before he jumped
Yeah.
into the waiting arms of Randy Orton, who hit him with an RKO.
Yeah.
I understand what they were trying to pull, but execution was horrible.
Yeah. It was poorly executed. It wasn't good at all.
Um,
You could and, like if it wasn't noticeable, that's one thing, but it was noticeable as shit.
oh yeah. If it was like half a second, like I can accept that, but like he Owens hit, and you can literally see Theory like bend down and then jump up, and Orton hits him. Now, mind
Yeah.
you, the finish of Waller and Orton was cool because Orton was distracted. Waller tried his is it the rolling stunner that he does?
Yeah, it comes from the outside. It's a lot of
So
work.
as soon as he rolled through, he jumped up to grab him and right into an RKO.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to do that finisher. I don't know why he does it. It's a lot of
Yeah,
work.
I mean, it
Uh,
is something you can hit on everybody, I suppose, but
yeah, still a lot of work though. After that match, though, after they announced the whole triple threat match, LA Knight came out for a little in front of interview and challenged AJ Styles, which we also called a couple weeks ago too. This was going to happen. Really excited about this one too. I'm liking this is going. And then AJ gave him his nice reply with the chair in the back,
and he accepted.
and he accepted. And I'm okay with this because it's going to be a good, fun match. Styles
Also,
versus
Jimmy Uso with a fire promo,
yeah,
accepting Jay's challenge from Monday night for a match at WrestleMania.
yes,
So that was added.
yep. That was a good match. Also after that, so we had New Catch Republic versus Pretty Reckless. New Catch
Pretty
Republic
deadly.
won. Sorry, Pretty Deadly. Stupid. Right? New Catch Republic won. They advance. They're playing for. So we're gonna see what happens to them next week.
So I think, yeah, next week they face Legado del Fantasmas, Angel and Umberto.
Yep.
And the winner of that gets added to the
Yeah, and there's
ladder match.
yeah, then you see the OC versus somebody else. And then you see Authors of Pain versus the Street Profits next week as well for to see who else gets into this tag team tournament. So it's looking interesting. See how it goes. I mean, it's going to be a tag team tournament. It is what that is.
Yeah.
What's it called? After that, we have sorry, it was Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. Good match. Uh, kind of doing Dragon Lee a little dirty right now. I mean, I don't know. He's not. I almost feel
He
he
has a
should have kept.
cool entrance.
He does. I feel they should have kept him in NXT a little bit longer than what it was.
I don't know. It's just like the the problem is like the top end of the card is
Well,
performing at such a level right now
yeah,
that like there's very few people that can touch what Seth and Cody and Drew and Roman and Rock are doing right now.
yeah. It's very hard to really compare those two right now. It's really. I mean,
Anyways,
in
Rey
time will be
Mysterio
fine.
comes out to save Lee and Carlito
Yeah,
from a beatdown, challenges Santos next week. So that's going to happen next week.
yeah.
It's going to be a packed show next week.
It will be. Hopefully, it doesn't take up too much time. The Roman Cody segment.
Nah, that'll be the main event. You know it
Probably.
will be.
Yeah. After that, Bailey versus Dakota Kai. First time we've seen Dakota Kai wrestle in a while. They made reference to that. It's barely been 6 months. I thought it was longer, but
I thought it was much
yeah,
longer than that.
they referenced to saying 6 months. I'm like, that this one was a year, but whatever. Um, Good match overall, and a DQ for Bailey. Uh, Trinity came out. Oh, sorry, Naomi came out to help out Bailey, which is kind
So
of surprising.
this was a no. So this was a play on last week.
Yeah.
So if you remember, after they aired the Bailey promo, they cut to Naomi and
Oh,
Bianca in the back.
that's right. Bianca was kind of crapping on Naomi.
Right, because
Sorry,
like
on Bailey.
Naomi wasn't there through the damage control times.
Yeah.
And you know,
Mm-hmm. Part of me feels this is a bit of a heel turn for, well, possibly the beginnings of a heel turn for Bianca Belair, which should be good for her.
no, it's just baby faces are making sense for once.
Fair enough.
Just because a long time heel
Yeah.
realizes the error of their ways and goes back to being a good person
Yeah.
doesn't mean that there's going to be a bunch of people on the good side that still hate their guts.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
they're playing a good storyline reason here.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi was off TV
That's true.
throughout that whole damage control run.
That 2 years, yeah.
So she wasn't here.
Yeah.
So yeah, she just remembers Bailey from a few years ago,
Yeah.
right? Like one of her homies,
Yeah.
right? And you know, I think this is eventually leading to Bianca coming in for the save at one point, and you'll get like Bianca and Naomi against Kabuki Warriors.
Mm.
Although, did you notice Asuka limping around?
A little bit, yeah.
Asuka could not put any weight on that left knee.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she's fine.
I hope she's fine too, because
Because
hate that.
if it was just selling, I don't think she would have hobbled into the drop kick.
Yeah, that's true.
So hopefully it was just a tweak and she'll be okay.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, yeah, and then that pretty much wraps up SmackDown.
Yeah. But all in all, it was like a pretty good show. It was basically,
I enjoyed it.
yeah, it was like, I'd say it was a good, I'd say it was pretty much right in the middle, or just maybe more of a, maybe like a northeast, right in the middle, you know?
Middle with the thumb pointing towards an up.
Yeah, I'd say that is good show. Next week's show, like I said, Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes face to face. We're not that far away from WrestleMania. We're pretty close to it.
3 weeks.
Yeah, we're getting close. It is the 16th right now of March. We are literally 2.5, 3 weeks away. Look forward to it.
I believe it is 3 weeks from tonight.
Possibility. Probably is actually.
All right.
All right, looking forward to this one. Doug, take me home.
Take you home, but you're already home.
Okay, well, take us home.
I'm playing. Thank you for listening. We just passed 800 downloads. We appreciate you guys. Follow us on socials. DA Sports Podcast on Instagram, DA Sports Pod on X. Go find us on YouTube, DA Wrestling Podcast, Spotify, Podbean, you name it, we're over there. He is April 1982 on Instagram, Andrew at DA Sports on TikTok. I'm DLines1901 on X, and we'll catch you down the road.
Exposo. I got it. Have a good one, everybody.